Hello everyone, today we're going to make some salmon omelets. Kind of like a Mediterranean kind of hint towards that. We're going to stick to our macros, so the first thing we have is our calculator and our other calculator and our scale. So again, this is more of a putting something together to eat rather than an actual recipe because it changes all the time based off what you have at your home. Sometimes I'll be posting just actual recipes with the ingredients listed because those are things that I do repetitively as well. However, sometimes you just don't have the ingredients, so you figure it out as you go, and sometimes it's just fun to cook and experiment and watch someone cook and enjoy that peaceful time as well. So for this, what we're gonna have is some egg whites. We have some salmon, some smoked salmon, and some fresh dill. I usually make the filling be like tahine, or tzatziki. So we have Greek yogurt and we put cucumbers in there, but I'm out of cucumbers, so this time we're gonna change it up with some bell peppers. So to start off with, I'm gonna start with the filling so I can just set that aside and then I can work on the egg. So for the filling, I know that we're gonna use about, let's start with the numbers that we know we're gonna use. So we know we're gonna use, I know I'm gonna use one of these triangles, which are 25 calories. So let's just go ahead and knock that out, put that in there. That way we have that already accounted for. What did I do with the top? I literally just had it. Does that happen to you guys? Is there some sort of elf that just takes stuff? There it is, dirt. So I've got the top. Put that away. So we already have that. Just set that to the side because that's till later. So for the eggs, I know that I'm going to use at least a 1/3 cup. So 50 calories. Might need to do more. I'm going to do more than that. So another 50. Because on here, 5 grams of protein for 3 tablespoons, but I use a 1/3. And that adds up to about, I think it was about 5 tablespoons. So it was closer to 10. So 2 of those will be already closer to 20 grams of protein. And we're gonna add some Greek yogurt for it to be in the middle. And I always grab all my measurement tools. So let's go with a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt, which is going to be 30 calories. So we'll have that here as part of our side that is going to go inside the egg omelet itself. We'll put that in our little bowl, and we're going to flavor up our little bowl with some garlic, a little bit of onion, some salt. I like my Mediterranean salt, and some fresh cracked pepper. And then we're gonna add a little bit of dill, fresh dill. That adds just like a calorie. So we'll add some of that fresh. I keep it in the freezer, and that way I have fresh dill or thyme or basil or oregano, whatever thing you want. And I'm going to add some of the dried one as well. And we're going to add some lemon juice, because again, we're making it like a tzatziki. So for the lemon juice, let's say that's another 3 calories. Because everything has calories, guys. And at the end, we're going to add some capers. And this says 0 calories, but I'm sure there's some in there, but it'll be minimal. So we'll mix our Greek yogurt tahine thing. Give it a taste. And then last, we're going to add just a little bit of mint to our tzatziki. Sometimes I add the olive oil, but since I'm already going with the salmon and that little cream cheese triangle, we've pretty much already met our fat, so we're just gonna leave it at that. That's tasting pretty good. Maybe just a little more salt. Be mindful too not to do too much salt, because you don't want all that sodium. However, if you drink a ton of water, remember to have salt. Your cells work off of a balance of salt and water. So if you knock it off one way or the other, either way it's not good. So you need a balance. Especially like if you work outside and you're in the hot sun sweating all the time, you need all that. So I'm gonna start heating up my pan and getting a lid for it. And in the meantime, I can measure out my main source of protein here, fish. I like this salmon. It's 80 calories for 2 ounces, so that's what we're gonna do today. That already has 13 grams of protein in that. And guys, make sure to freeze this if you're not gonna use it right away. So it comes in a fancy little gold thing here. And you don't have to use it all up, so just what I do is I put it into one of these large freezer bags. Once I'm done, I just wrap it back the way it was. So this was for 2 ounces, right? Yep, 2 ounces. So, it smells nice and smoky. All right, let's see how much I get for 2 ounces. Wow, that's pretty close. I got 2.5 ounces right off the bat there. There we go. So there we go. So now I can just put it into my little freezer bag and store it away for next time. And I keep the thing on it. That way I have the information of what the calories and all that is for next time. Start piling my stuff over there to put away. And you're getting quite a bit. Once I spread it out, it's gonna look even more. And of course, it looks smaller on the camera, but it's quite a bit of fish. So we've got our fish. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna also add just a little bit of feta. And all these are gonna go in the omelet once the omelet is done. So we don't need to really cook this stuff that much. I think I will saute the bell pepper and the spinach just a little bit before the omelet. So let me get another little pan, and that way that's all good to go. So for the crumbles, let's see here, it says 35 calories for 1 ounce. I don't know if I want a whole ounce, but we'll tear that out and we'll see how much it starts to add up over here. So we needed to add our fish, so plus 80 because of the fish, plus we're gonna be adding some spinach, so let's get those calories in there. So we're gonna add about 2 cups of spinach, I think should be good. So let's go with 20 calories. And we're gonna have our bell pepper. These little cutting boards, by the way, are awesome. So let's go with about 10 calories of bell pepper. I'm going to put that away. Oh, and I wanted to add a little Dijon mustard as well. So 1 teaspoon is 5 calories. I don't need that much. Let's just go with 1/4 of that. So that's why I need my little calculator. So 5 divided by 4 is 1.25. And we'll add, I'm gonna add that to the fish, because it gives it a nice tang, and it'll separate the tahini. Or you know what? I'm just gonna mix it into the, no, yeah, I'm gonna keep it on the fish. So I'll spread it out on my fish. Remember, if I lick the spoon, it means I love you. You can make it a drinking game. Every time I lick the spoon, have a drink. Probably not this early though. Okay, so we've got the Dijon mustard. I'm making sure that I get everything that I want. And especially like things that already have calories, or I already know the calories, because the other stuff, that's based off of measurement. So you have to kind of ebb and flow with that. So we've got our pan for the spinach heated up. We'll just add a little bit of spray oil on there, and we'll get my 2 cups of spinach measured out here. Sometimes it's just fun to hang out with somebody that's cooking and just listening to them talk. It's kind of peaceful, isn't it? So we got 1 cup, put it in there. And 2 cups is kind of like the Bob Ross, you know, like happy little tree creating. You can't be wrong. You just ebb and flow. 2 cups. And my bell peppers, right? And we'll put on that for a second. I guess I need a smaller cup for that. There it is. And I'm gonna add a little water just to help it wilt a little quicker. I'll show you how pretty the colors look. Because that's the really pretty part about the food that is natural, is so vibrant and colorful. Good for your skin too, with all those colors. So we can just set that aside and add a little salt, little pepper, maybe a little more of that dill, kind of like Mediterranean vibe going. A little bit of the garlic, a little bit of onion, about a little bit of oregano. I love oregano. There we go. Oh yeah, that oregano makes it smell so good. Oop, dropped a little salt. It was funny because it was at 11:11 just a minute ago when I looked at the clock, and I thought I'm not gonna be a weirdo on the camera, and then that happened, and oh, now I'm a weirdo. So you know I'm a weirdo. So we've got the spinach over there, and what are we at right now? We're at 270 calories. So do I have room for my feta? I think so. It's protein anyways, but not 35 calories worth. So I only need about another 15 calories. So that would be 35 divided by 2 is about 17.5. Let's see. Perfect. I always like to get to 287, and sometimes it just like happens really nice. So if that is 35 calories for what is it? 1 ounce, we'll just do half an ounce. So we'll move this guy over there and move this guy here. That didn't work. Let's see. What can I use? There we go. So half an ounce would be just 0.5. Still getting quite a bit for just half an ounce. There we go. All right, so half an ounce. All right, so that's all good. We can set all those things to the side. And what we'll do now is we'll get our 2/3 of egg whites and we're gonna mix it. And I like to clean up as I go. So I like to put my stuff away, gather my things over there so that I can put them in the fridge before I eat so that way they don't start getting bad. And let's not forget our capers at the end, okay? Capers and our cheese. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our 2/3 of a cup of our egg whites. Got over there prematurely. 2/3. Now we're gonna whip them so that we can make them fluffy. Hopefully this works. Sometimes this works for me, sometimes it doesn't. I think the key is that, so we add a little water so the proteins don't tighten up too quickly. I think the key is that you don't salt it, because if you salt it, it deflates them. So you have to add your salt like at the end. So we take our egg whites and we're gonna beat them. So now that we beat the ever-living beschnizzles out of our egg whites, they're super fluffy. And we are going to wait on the seasoning for after they are fluffed in our pan, because I've done this the other way. And although I do like the seasoning throughout them, it just seems like it unfluffifies them. So let's just season them over the top. That way, maybe that'll work better since I'm being watched. All right, so we've heated up our pan. I'm gonna oil it a little. And remember, these oils still have calories too, so don't go crazy. And then let the heat disperse through that as well. I wonder if I can add the garlic without defluffing it. Let's see. Because I know as soon as I've added that salt, it like immediately deflates. Let's just try. All right. So let's see. They say fold it in, right? Fold it in. We'll try that. That's not defluffing it, so maybe that's the key. It's just not the salt. I'll try a little onion because I wanted to put the Mediterranean spices in there, but I didn't want to defluff it. And we'll do the dill. I think we'll leave it alone. Maybe a little red pepper, but maybe not. Gotta have a little spice. And that oregano. Oh, you know what? Parsley? Should we do parsley or oregano? Let me smell. Parsley smells good. We already have oregano on the other stuff, so let's just go with that. Look how pretty that looks. Just a little bit of spice for your life. We'll fold that in gently. But let's quit playing with that because I want it to actually do what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to put it in the pan and just let it spread out. And I will show you as soon as I can how beautiful and fluffy this omelet is going to be. drinking, drink time, lick the spoon. Look at that, so pretty and fluffy. Let's cover it up so that it starts to cook. We'll just leave it alone for a minute. We have our nice bright colors over there and our pretty white over here. And we have our tzatziki sauce. And what we'll do is we'll take that same plate that we were using the whipping of the eggs in, and we will take our cream little cheese thing and just cream it out a little bit. So that way, when we're gonna spread it out into our omelet, it's easier to spread. The feta I got has Mediterranean herbs, and the little cheese thing does as well. Or what is it? It's not called Mediterranean. Garlic and herb. Pretty much same difference, right? And don't let me forget the capers. They're like my favorite part. While we wait, we can just have a little soda. I'm not drinking soda. I'm having Zevia. I don't know if you guys have tried these, but I've tried many zero sugar sodas, and I think these are probably the best tasting ones. That, or I have like water enhancer flavor things. I try to stay to the ones that are as natural as possible. Like I don't want to be having diet soda because it has aspartame or erythritol, I think it's called, like for some of those treats that I have every once in a while. I have them, but not all the time, because I still want to be mindful of what's going in my body. I'm not doing it to be just skinny. I'm doing it to be fit. And that means fitness for longevity of life and ability of life. So I want to be fit, but I want to be also like able to do things. So strong and able to walk, you know, things like that. Because if you're just going to live forever, but you're weak, that kind of stinks. And if you're going to be strong, but die young, well, that kind of stinks too. You know, it's a balance. We're a well-working machine. So now we got this fluffy egg. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's getting huge. I think the other key too is to just leave it alone. Not flip it, because I have tried to flip it before, and I think it's just supposed to be cooking with the residual heat with the top on, so that the top gets nice and warm as well. But being a well-oiled machine and things like that, you know, think about like your car. Your car takes oil to function, right? But not just any oil. You can't put canola oil in it. That wouldn't work. You have to, I saw a little goofy video where the girls were tricking their husbands, like pretending that they didn't know what was going on, that they put canola oil to top off the car. And I mean, that's hilarious because, you know, they're busy and they can't get to it. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to do this. And they're freaking out. Well, same with your body. Your body takes better oils. So like the oils that are from olives, you know, olive oil, avocado oils, oils from the fish, those are better for you than the oils and fats from the cow or something like that. Just keep that in mind. Look at our egg. Oh my gosh, it's getting huge. Look at that. It's getting bigger than the pan. I don't want to burn the bottom. Let's see if the top is cooked. Well, I think yep, it's getting cooked. I don't know what that new saying the kids say, it's cooked, but ours is getting cooked. I don't think it means the same thing though. So I went ahead and flipped it. Look at that. It's getting enormous. Hopefully it stays that way. Sometimes I get them to stay that way and sometimes they flop back down. Okay. So I don't know if I can flip it back over. If you need it to release from the pan, just putting the, ouch, very hot. Putting the top on helps that sometimes. Okay, I was able to flip it back over. I'm gonna dress it up with the cheese. Well, first I'm gonna put the cheese on. Wish I had a better angle for you so you could see as I go. Maybe that'll work. Okay, so I've got the cream cheese. Okay, I'm gonna spread it on the bottom of the omelet. Ooh, it smells good too. Come on, cheese, spread out. As it gets warmed up, it will disperse easier. Oh man, that cheese is good. All right. Means I love you, right? Time to take another drink. I'll be drunk by the time this is over. All right, so we've got our fish, or I'm sorry, we're gonna do our spinach first. Put that in our omelet. Oh, that's looking pretty. Ooh, and then that spinach makes it smell good. Okay, and we're gonna add our fish. Nice smoked salmon. This is gonna be such a protein-rich and filling meal with a little bit of zhuzh because of that mustard that we had. And then we're gonna take our dill stuff. So far we have most of our stuff on there. And we're gonna add our big giant dollop of Greek yogurt. It is huge. That's the cool thing about when you start eating healthy and with minding your macros is that you can actually eat a ton. And you're gonna eat the stuff that you want, but then you have to eat it, you know, at smaller amounts. Oh, and then our feta. Don't forget our feta. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a huge omelet. So we've got our feta. Oh man. Everything that I'm putting in there is so delicious. This is gonna be a good meal. Let me show you it with feta. And then, I told you to remind me, don't forget my capers. And I've got this little spoon I like to use. That's gonna add a little bit of brininess and the saltiness. Oh yeah, this is looking good. And huge. All right, we're gonna bend it over. Come on, giant omelet. Look at the size of that. It's huge. We got the stuff kind of coming out there. That looks delicious. I'm gonna put the top on just to let everything kind of warm through just a little bit and get me a plate. Okay, so let's plate our enormous omelet. While I was letting it kind of warm through, I went and put all my stuff that goes in the fridge away. And as always, don't forget to drink some water. Before your meal. All right. Look at this huge thing. Let's see if I can do it here. Come on. Work with me. crunchy bits. Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. I gotta show you what this looks like. Whoa. Look at that. That is a good omelet. Is that not delicious? Delish and nutrish. Oh my goodness, that is gonna be amazing. Well, let's try it. Got kind of a mess here though. Where can I try it? I guess I could try it over here. No way, it's not. We're in front of all the food. Look at that. Oh yeah. I'd like to take a picture of it, but I don't know how to take the camera off of videotaping and that tzatziki makes it so creamy. And you got the super fluffy egg. And the fish. Oh my gosh. It is awesome. You got that garlic going through it. So it's giving it that nice flavor. And the feta gives it that like braininess. And you got that smoked salmon. It's nice and salty. And so all of it is like salty and creamy, with the mustard being that acidic to it, and the Greek yogurt making it just awesome. You've got the that cream cheese making it so decadent and creamy. It is good. And then the texture of it in your mouth is just like fluff. Oh, good stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed how to make some macro-friendly meal. This is our Mediterranean smoked salmon. Under 300 calories, lots of protein, delish and nutrish.